All right, hello. Welcome to the stream. We are playing a little bit more poker today. Um, Not much to chat about, although the ignition, the poker tracker guys fixed the bug, pushed out a new fix to the bug this morning. So we will see if our chart is a little more accurate today. I think it should be. Nice. Jack 10 offsuit is a fold from even from the hijack. We can start playing it from cutoff. But yeah. Which reminds me, I need to put in seat labels so that you so you can all know what seats I'm talking about here. Okay. So Jack 6 offsuit, facing a re-raise. We'll fold, but I'm kind of curious what's going to happen on this. While we're watching that, let me see if I can actually add some text here. Ooh. Oh, you know what? It's going to change every time, so that's not going to work. Okay. Because yeah, because the dealer chip is going to move every hand, so it won't. If I have labels in the stream, then it won't move along with the dealer chip. That's all right. We got a huge four-way hand here, and we have top pair. I think now is when we try to bet it. We say, "Hey guys, I have a queen. You can stay in with your ace king, but you have to take the chance." And they say, "No, thank you." Take it. Off. No, cut off. I guess we could have played that. Fold. So, yeah, updates today. My partner is still in Alaska. They are going to see the Northern Lights. So I got the house to myself, which is pretty nice. The dog is upstairs just waiting for them to come back. It's a little sad slash funny. Yeah, I think ace-5 is only really offsuit. Probably only be playable from the button. I was actually reading the theory book, and theory book has you calling ace-5 offsuit like a percentage of the time. So theoretically, I could have like an RNG up here, and I could roll the RNG, and if it was like below 20, maybe I call that, but that's okay. That would be making our lives pretty complicated for just 2-cent, 5-cent zoom. One might say overly complicated. All right, so we got a raise from the low jack. We have ace jack offsuit. So we will try to push him out of the pot here. Sarah, are you sure you want to play that hand? Because it's probably not very good. Yeah, and we win. And so I was reading the theory book this morning, and that's basically, I was actually kind of reading about this, like the polarized four betting range when you're out of position. And that is the goal. Your goal is simply to knock them out, to protect your hand. Obviously they're going to call with something better, but if they're just kind of at the bottom of their range, they realize they're in a losing situation and they fold. And that's the goal. So when they say polarize, what it means is like you raise both at the top and bottom of your range. with the idea being that you are mixing it up in order to kind of throw off your opponent and potentially like increase the amount of chances that you actually win. And so it worked. It did its job. That was actually pretty cool. I don't know. Last time when I would do that, like that same chart against like button versus low jack. Oh, you know what? I read the wrong thing. That was... Well, okay, so big blind versus low jack also has me free betting some weird hands like ace 5 suited, 5-4 suited. Technically the ace jack offsuit would have been a call. Okay, so I've been chatting here. I think we're going to check it back. Now he potentially has this beat. You going to bet it? And do we call if he bets? Interesting. I think we bet here. If he doesn't have a queen, we have him beat. You did the right thing, sir. You gave us your money. Appreciate it. But anyways, the theory is still the same. Like, you have a polarized range, you rebet kind of top and bottom of your range, and you call in the middle. Yeah, I think we limp in here. Wow. Full house on the flop. Check it, let him. Felt a little dicey to me. I don't think checking on the turn was a great idea. I'm not entirely sure why I did that. I think I was just trying to let him... trying to throw him off. Or... I was trying to like induce a bluff or induce a call. Okay. We let... I think... doesn't feel like a great 3-bet, so I think we... Well, king, queen... I should have... King, queen suited. I think a king, queen suited would have been a good 3-bet there. I was just thrown off from the last hand. And now, of course, we won't get any good hands like that for a while. That's all right. It does look like our tracking is pretty good here. Win-loss says 239. There we go. Caught up a little bit. Yeah, so it's accurate. It's the off 2 cents because that's the small blind that I just put into the pot. We'll limp in. He's potentially is already left. So it's interesting, like the big blind can click check fold. It sends him to a new table, but it keeps him in the table until somebody bets him, in which case then he auto folds. So like theoretically, if I like checked through or if I like folded to him, like he could have won the pot. That's why like in here you'll see that occasionally happen sometimes, and the solution is just to bet 5 cents in order to get him to auto fold because it's just the bot controlling him at that point. And we have a flush draw. We miss it. So we have nothing. We have 2 pair, ace high, but possibly has a 6. So should have done the pot odds on that. The other thing I was thinking of is I need to make like an Excel spreadsheet of common pot odds so I can just kind of have these odds on the top of my head. No, I don't think we call that. Not offsuit. We might have called that we're suited. Queen 3. Oh. Oh, is everybody gonna limp in? I'll limp in. Nobody needs to bet. Oh. Why you gotta ruin the party? Hey, Broken Stars, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man. It would appear that my alert box is broken. Let's bring it up. Thank you. Yeah, let's bring the alert box up here. There we go. Yeah, I was debating whether to have a delay on this. I figured that since it's Zoom poker, that it's going to be kind of hard for somebody to actually stream snipe me, considering it's anonymous Zoom. So they can't pick the table I'm at, and they don't. I mean, they could theoretically just be randomly placed at the table I'm at, and then look at my stream and see the bet amount and identify me that way. But I've just been kind of taking the chance since I have 0 viewers and for 5 bill. Yeah, that's what I figure. I think it's pretty, like, if I had 100 viewers every day, I think it'd be a lot more likely somebody's stream sniping me. Actually, I'm not sure about this call. If that's... Yeah, it's a good idea. I think I will do that actually next stream. I'll set that up. Oof. This guy must have a pretty high pocket pair. I blocked the ace flush. Ugh. Is this a winning? I don't have, well, all right. I had 2 chances for a heart there. Didn't make it. I don't think that was a great call. I think I should have thought about the pot odds a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's, I've never actually set up a stream delay. I'm sure it's easy though with just Streamlabs OBS. I'm sure it's just a setting in the Go Live section. Okay, thank you. This is probably not a good pot to stay in, so we will leave. Okay, nice. I would do it right now, but I think if I do it in the middle of the stream, it probably won't do anything. But I appreciate that. I'll set it up as soon as I'm done here. Doesn't really pay off though. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. I'll have to restart it. I could actually, maybe just next time I'm going to take a break, I'll restart it or something. Okay, 150-second delay for zone. That's smart. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine any table is going to be, any actual hand is going to take more than a minute on Zoom. So 150 seconds seems pretty good number. Might be a weird pot if everybody just decides to call my raise. Nope. Okay, just one guy. Don't get much. 2 cards just straight. Let that go. Well. I don't know if you stream or not. Well, I guess you, yeah, of course you stream because we were talking about it. But if you stream multiple tables, I haven't actually set that up yet. It sounds like most people just use hotkeys to switch the active window that's recording at the time. Imagine it must be. It seems like streamers I watch that do Zoom, like I hear clacking when the windows switch, so I think that's what they're doing. Okay, so we got a 3-way pot here. I haven't been really paying attention. Ace 2 3, so a 4 makes a straight. We have middle pair, second best pair. Maybe we'll just try to get one guy out of the pot. Wouldn't really recommend it. Is it better just to have 2 windows up at the same time? Oh, yeah, pocket jacks. Okay. It seems like the font for Ignition Casino isn't super big. It's but I imagine it's still readable. Actually, that should have been a raise according to my charts, but that's all right. All right, looking for a good hand here. We are just floating along. We lost that one big hand a little while ago. I will go back and actually tag that, and we can maybe like a play and explain on that. We call with king 2. All right, so now we got a hand. We do get raised from the low jack. Button versus low jack. Ace jack offsuit is a 3-bet. Not sure if this is the wisest decision, but what the chart says. See what he does. I mean, since he's from low jack, he probably has. Oh, okay. We pick up the straight draw. His range probably isn't doing great either. Bet it. 15 cents was too low of a bet. Going too quick there. Okay. Not much changes here. Check through. And now we get the straight. So he's... I imagine we're going to split the pot here, because I imagine he has an ace as well. He's just thinking how much to bet. We'll just call him, and then we split the pot. Oh, no. He didn't have the ace? He's just trying to bluff that? That was... okay. Okay. I suppose we could have got a lot more value there if we had re-raised him. I mean, we were second nuts, right? If he had ace 6, he would have had us beat. But I don't think you call ace 6. Or, well, I don't... Ace-6 from low jack isn't really a 3-bet hand, so probably wouldn't have been in his range. Interesting. I would have bet money that he had an ace there. All right. Okay, we got something here. Big blind, ace-9 offsuit. Against a small blind limp, we will check it. Pretty dead board. I mean, both our ranges are pretty wide here. Him limping as small blind, me checking as big blind. I think I'm just gonna. I guess I had the 8 straight draw with get shot straight draw on the 8. Yeah, this is probably like my second week playing online. So I'm trying to like read up on theory as I'm playing. I'm kind of still in the first few chapters. No, I would eventually like to play live. I think my goal is to build up the bankroll. I just don't have any money to gamble, so like I just put $20 on this, and that's pretty much all my entire bankroll for gambling. So going to like even going to a 1-2 table and buying in for a couple $100 is kind of out of the question at the moment. I grew up playing a lot of like poker with my family, but obviously like none of them are reading poker theory, so it's just kind of for fun playing. So I think I'm reading Modern Poker Theory, and I am just about through kind of the pre-flop section. So, and I definitely realize that it is my post-flop play that is struggling the most at the moment. So I just need to, and I also like, I'm debating whether to keep playing zone poker or go to a regular table. Because I certainly like having more time to think. What like around about the bets and everything. Okay, so I think we call this. See what he has. Not a great flop, probably for either of us if he's raising. Possible he has ace-3, king-3. Ace-6. I think we're just kind of in a crappy spot here. Keep in mind right now you might be losing at 5Z. Regular tables would definitely be softer. Okay. Maybe I'll just... Man, I'm getting all these tips from you, man. Thank you, Broken Stars. Appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely have noticed that, like, like when I did try to play the ring game, I think I just had a bad game, and so I thought that this would be easier, but I don't think it is. I think it seemed like as I'm studying and realizing how other players are playing on this zone poker, I'm realizing that this is actually pretty tough. I mean, I'm holding my own, like, but well, right now I'm minus 62 cents, but yeah, I got Discord. I don't have it open at the moment, but let me pull it up. There should be a Discord link in the stream information section. Sure. We can do live coaching. Let me like, are you thinking on the stream, or are you thinking like offline? I know. Bad. Okay. I mean, just so I'm gonna jump in the voice channel here. So just know that your voice will be on the stream. But yeah, we should be good. So, or well, I guess I should. I feel like this is a bet. All right. Hello. I don't know if you can hear me all right or not. Oh, well, yes, but for some reason you're coming through on a different audio device. So let me. Okay, 1 second. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. Um, this is weird. I think I can barely hear you because I think you're playing through like some other audio device. So let me pause the game real quick and check my audio settings. Yeah.
Well, you can turn me up by clicking on my name.
Okay. All right, there we go. I think I can hear you pretty good now.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep, I can hear you all right.
Nice. Let me get a glass of water, and you could share your screen.
Okay, sounds good. Huh. All right, so for anybody watching the stream here, we are going to get some live coaching. And so I am setting this up real quick as we go. There we go. I'm going to minimize Discord here. And we will be playing some poker here as we go. Keep the stream going. All right, so big blind. We got pair of fives from the big blind. All right.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, cool. So we got a pair of fives. Looks like we missed flop.
You got all the ranges up, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I mean, basically I'm just trying to learn the ranges first to get like a baseline of knowledge, and then the idea is that I'm also reading the theory about why the ranges are there so that I can adjust and not just be stuck to them.
These don't look too bad.
Okay.
Yeah. I play poker for a living, by the way.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I. How long have you been playing for?
I've been playing for a while, but I've only been playing for a living for a couple years.
Okay. That's impressive. Yeah, I've only talked to I think like one other guy who did it for a living, and it just I don't think I have the capacity for that kind of stress.
No, I don't enjoy it.
Oh, really?
No.
You looking to get out of it soon, or you just were you did you lose a job from COVID or?
No, I hated the job I was at. So let's see.
That's
So
fair.
I'm 28. I'm 28, and I had like an entry level engineering job, and I like really disliked it.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was just making more money from poker. And then now my wife kind of has her dream job, so she doesn't really want to move.
Nice.
And so I'm just doing my own thing, I guess, with poker now.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean it's nice that you can do that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am in computer security for a living, so there's no shortage of jobs there. But thankfully, but there are a lot of companies that'll just try to take advantage of you or just have toxic management. So thankfully, I found a decent employer.
Yeah, seems like everyone just wants to take advantage of you these days.
Yeah, for sure.
I was working in more of a like an industrial setting. It was honestly more of like a industrial engineering job.
Hmm.
That's not what I went to school for, and it just fucking sucked.
Yeah, I have a really good friend who works in food safety, so he's kind of like safety manager of like a production line, and the stories that come from his work are not pretty. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, so I'm just so these so this is kind of the RFI ranges that I've been working with.
Alright, so is the small blind is this a mixed strategy for limping?
Yeah, basically. Yep.
Alright, well don't do that.
Okay. So small
Everything else
blind.
is fine though.
Okay. Okay.
If not like slightly tight. Like especially the under the gun range is pretty tight, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm sure that like with this like 5Z, I expect I could widen the ranges a little bit and be fine.
For you, not. No. Don't
Okay.
don't widen the ranges right now.
Okay.
Because you'll be making too many mistakes.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes.
So if you just have a tight range, it's harder for you to mess things up.
Hmm.
So if you're new to online, which it appears like you are, like you said, you're just kind of starting out and reading up on theory and whatnot. Don't even have the pre-flop ranges memorized. Safe to assume that you don't know what you should be doing post-flop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if
Basically.
you and if you have a tighter range, there's less opportunity for you to fuck up.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
And a lot of the hands that you could potentially be opening, that would be like plus EV, so to speak.
Mhm.
They're only going to be plus EV like a very small amount, and that's only if you play them well and don't flop.
Uh, gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah.
But just looking at these charts, I would just recommend you raise or fold from the small blind. Don't have a limping range.
Okay.
So there's a few reasons for that. So in the games you're playing, the big blind will under 3-bet versus your small blind open, and he will also overfold.
Gotcha.
Now in online, you're only raked on this site if the flop goes post flop. If you're
Uh,
limping, it will always goes post flop.
okay.
So next time you're in the small blind, go ahead and limp once, and then see how much money is taken out of the pot. Or let's see
Okay.
if this guy limps. Cause like if he limps and like you just limp, this is a call by the way. Don't fold this.
Okay.
If he like limped and then you limped behind, it's 10 cents, right?
All
Post
right.
flop, the the board would be like 9 cents or something. So it takes like 10% of the pot away because it's not going to do a fraction of a penny.
Gotcha. Imagine this is
So
just a check through, right? If we don't have anything here, we have flush draw maybe, but
I would bet pretty aggressively.
okay.
Bet again on turn. This is like protection.
Okay.
So you're supposed to have this executive advantage on this board texture, but I don't really want to talk to you about like post flop theory too much. Just get the pre flop stuff down.
Okay. Yeah, I understand the words you're saying, but yeah, I haven't like studied them a whole lot. So that's kind of just I'm trying to go through the book basically in my free time. So hopefully in kind of the next month I'll have that finished and be able to have some more knowledge on post flop play.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, it's probably a really good start for a new player.
Okay.
And it looks like you have some, reasonable ranges. At least, if you're following pre-flop ranges at 5 and L, you're already probably better than half the field.
Gotcha.
But there's a lot of rake.
Yeah, yeah. I I definitely am very aware that like I'm fighting against the rake for sure. mean, even in this one, like a rake would put me without a rake, it would be already plus EV. I think this is all right.
No, it's not even close. So like this spot can be close for you, so you don't necessarily have to open this.
Okay. Well,
So this is like MP.
yeah.
This is like usually the bottom of an MP RFI
Range.
range.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so like if you're playing tight, probably just muck.
Gotcha. Well, we get the straight. Do I just keep betting half pot? Like,
Just go bigger because it's 5-0, so just like pot it, yeah.
okay.
If you have a big hand at 5-0, just go big and just pot it again. It's fine.
Okay.
And then if he ever jams, you just probably fold. 'Cause he's never bluffing.
Oh, because we would just split it here, right? We both have the straight, unless.
Unless he has a flush or a boat.
Okay.
But you get called by every single king, so.
Yeah. I will, yeah, I'm gonna tag that hand to go review it, just because that was,
People aren't going to adjust their calling and folding frequencies as much based on sizing at the lowest limits.
mm-hmm.
So you're a lot better off just, big hand, big bet, small hand, small bet.
Okay.
If you want to get like really basic about it.
That makes sense, yeah. Alright, so I tried to get this guy out of the pot. He didn't really... He looks like he's calling everything through here.
Yeah, so bet on the flop at a high frequency is fine. People are going to overfold and under raise.
Yeah. I mean, he's giving me decent odds here, but with ace high, it seems like it's a fold.
It's really close, but I mean, this is all theory, so
Yeah.
go ahead, do whatever you want.
Or just curious what he had there. Dude, cut off.
You'll want to top up though.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, for you, I would just recommend you get the pre-flop ranges like memorized.
Okay.
And then I said not to limp for the small blind, so just use the same range as your button range for now in the small blind.
Okay.
And that'll be fine.
Yeah.
And the other ranges weren't a function of the RFI, but it's not as big of a deal for you right now.
Yeah.
So like you would have different ranges for different open sizings, and it looks like the ranges that you have are static.
Yep.
Like specifically for big blind defense. So for example, if someone just min opened, raised to 10 cents, it's only 5 cents for you to call. So a really big difference in what you're supposed to be defending compared to if someone 3x'd it and it was a 15-cent open.
Okay. That makes sense. It's pretty rare that people do, like, I guess I will occasionally see like a 2 big blind bet, but it's usually a 3 big blind bet. Almost always.
So 5-4 suited there is pure call.
Oh, really? Okay.
Especially against the smaller 3-bet. So like in these limits, people are going to have really poor sizings, both pre and post.
Mm-hmm.
And his sizing was small. And then also 10-6 suited is just going to be pure open.
Okay.
From button.
So I'm kind of curious, like, so that is like the 10-6 suited is at the very bottom of the range. I think I just kind of I don't have it memorized, so I was thinking it was like one off from my range. But is the reason that it's I guess when you say like it's a strong open or clear open, is that just because it like it catches other like a bad like uncoordinated or lower flops better, or what? I guess what's the reasoning behind that?
It's a middling suited hand that has high connectivity and you are on the best position that you could possibly have.
Gotcha. Okay.
It is still the bottom of like a normal RFI range for the button though.
Mhm.
But that being said, so if we go back to what you stated, you know, you could potentially be opening wider everywhere. If that's the case, so this is a fold.
Okay.
If that's the case, then the amount of EV that you would gain is not going to be a linear progression with the weaker hands as a function of position. So the better position you have, then like one tier weaker hand.
This is,
As if you go bigger than this,
okay.
go like
But,
60 cents
okay.
minimum. So this is usually like more like a 14 big blinds or 13 big blind raise spot.
Okay.
But because you're on the button, it's just you'll gain more EV with like your weaker hands than you otherwise would.
Gotcha. I was trying to think. I bet sizings are written down, but I don't have them in front of me. But I was usually the 3-bet. I've been doing 3x the 2-bet, so like 15 cents times 3 is like 45 cents. So it sound is the reason you go bigger than that just because it was a stronger hand, double kings.
No. The reason is because there was 2 players and it was a 2.5x open. So a lot of players, and then you're also out of position to the initial raiser. So typically you use bigger 3-bets when you're out of position to disincentivize calling because you don't really want to be playing a pot out of position.
Gotcha.
And the positional advantage scales with the SPR, so to speak. So by using a larger 3-bet sizing, you're artificially decreasing the SPR and therefore negating some of the positional advantage of the in-position player, while also decreasing the probability that they do call.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that all makes sense here. Okay, so 10-7 suited doesn't seem well. I guess I could just limp here, or
Limping's fine.
oh, okay. That's right. I said you said no limping in small blind, but yeah, well,
This is a don't open limp, so this is a little bit
uh,
different.
okay. Let that go, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Nine, big blind, jack raise. Doesn't seem like. Seems like I should just let this go, or is this a?
This is definitely full. So your ranges that you have for the big blind defense
Mhm.
are actually like way too wide.
Way too wide. Okay.
So these are like similar to if someone opened for 2.5x and there was like no rake.
Okay.
So a lot of the players you're going to be facing at the lower limits, they're going to open for 3x and the rake is
Mhm.
very high.
Gotcha.
So the
Okay.
higher the rake is, the less hands you can play profitably because money gets taken out of the pot. I mean,
Yep.
self-explanatory, right?
Yep. Yep.
Can you scroll down to your blind versus blind range?
Yeah.
The fuck is this?
So this is Jonathan Little ranges. So yeah, this is just what I've been doing so far. The small blind strategy is mainly just to like deal with a few different like situations. So I think the first one is like if you are a 2-bet, and then the second one is if you are a 3-bet. But
These look well. I mean, the big blind versus SP race is not 3-betting enough, but the overall defense is actually okay.
okay. Um,
So ace 9 would be like bottom of a MP R5 range, and that would be also in a low rake environment. So you
okay.
can pure fold it here. And it would be mixed even. So
And with
And
middle
if it's
pair,
mixed,
oh,
it's zero EV. So
gotcha. Seems like this is a fold here with middle pair, or unless he's just trying to bluff me.
I would just go ahead and overfold first raises at the lowest limits,
Okay,
especially if they're using larger sizings and are like in position.
gotcha. Yeah, that all makes sense.
Like your bet's not specifically bad, but theoretically, like you're supposed to do a lot of checking out of position.
Okay,
So you can just kind of keep that in mind. If you're not really sure, then probably just check. Or if you think it's close, even remotely, then probably check. And even if you have a strong hand, yeah, consider checking. And I won't go into like board textures with that because that'd be too much for you right now.
gotcha. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right. Well. Hmm. Hmm.
You just set 40 cents.
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah, I actually don't even know what you're supposed to do against that. It's really weird.
I think against an all in, I think I'll let it go. But now I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen here. Yeah, Ace King versus 8-5. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's needless to say, I don't face 8x opens very often.
Yeah, yeah, fair. These stakes, this is the lowest stake on this site, and so it's kind of weird because you do see some like
Raise this big.
yeah, okay. You do see some weird, interesting plays, but and then you see some good people and you see some really bad people. It seems like just you don't know what you're gonna get. Okay, well, 2 calls. I imagine somebody has something here. The fact that they're all.
Just bet small. Just bet like quarter pot or something. But you should be like going bigger pre-flop.
Okay.
So you made it 12 bigs again, and he was the 3.5x open.
Okay.
Now you can just fold. No one's bluffing you. And also, I mean, probably technically just bet the flop, and for like a small size.
Sorry, say that again.
You should just bet the flop small for a small size.
Okay.
So if you want to think about it in the easiest possible way, the smaller the sizing you choose, the more betting you do. You just bet more. Okay. So if you thought about your whole range as a bet slider, if you put it at like 1/millionth of a chip, you just bet everything, you know.
Okay.
And then when you're out of position, a check is effectively the exact same thing as betting an infinitesimally small bet. So if you are considering checking out of position on a board texture that's relatively good for you, something you could do is just bet small and quite often.
This is kind of a weird hand. I guess I have a flush draw, but that's about it.
You just get it in.
Okay.
Like versus 2 other people, like you just have a lot of equity. You just
Yeah.
jam.
Damn. All right. Oops.
Oops,
sorry. No, I was just that was a misclick. Oh, he's jamming anyways.
like, yeah, but it doesn't really matter what they have. You have a lot of equity against
Yeah.
like for instance, because they both got it all in and they both had you had more money. Your odds of hitting your flush there is, you have 9 outs more or
Yeah.
less, and then between turn and river, so you're gonna get it about a third of the time or something like that.
Gotcha.
and
Yeah.
they're all both all in, and then you have dead chips, and if one of them has like a weaker flush, or maybe they get it in with a hand like kings, for example, randomly, your
Mhm.
ace still would play. So
Gotcha.
you have even more than outs than that,
Okay.
and you're not going to be able to fold turn in that situation anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I am about out of energy processing a lot. So I think I'm gonna call it for the stream. But I appreciate the help, man.
Yeah, sorry you didn't run well in the pots where I was trying to give you advice.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I think yeah, I'll just I mean, it's a little hard to like be streaming and playing and listening to advice, so I'll probably like rewatch the stream and re-listen to your advice and study it a bit. So, probably because I didn't soak it all in this first time, but yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, just keep in mind your big blind defense ranges are probably too wide, and
Okay.
then just RFI or fold from the small blind, the pure strategy, and just probably just do the same thing for whatever it says for a button RFI for the small
Okay.
blind. So something like 40, 45%.
Okay.